We return to the world of Terminal World 3. Hey guys, smash the link, grab out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. Kong still has the mystery packs up. They will be shipping out on the 10th of this month, so a couple days away. They already showed off some of the amazing things that are going to be available in this set. So if you guys want to pick these up, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. Oh boy, Terminal World 3. It's been a little while since I've kind of jumped into this. You know, we've had more stabilization time. We've had enough time to kind of see, you know, how this set's doing. And I gotta tell you, the Divine Shadow Reflection of the Frozen Heart, what a translation. Or a Rev Shadal fusion. This card is gorgeous in Starlight, especially the way that this glistens on the sides here. Having played Shadal today, spoiler alert, later this afternoon you'll get to see some Shadal gameplay. Go kindly on me. I have not played Shadals in like 10 years. It was my first real chance to pick back up the deck and play it for the Saturday segment. So definitely cool. I hate this card. This card's so bad. But I mean, it is a free thing for you to make. Mesh Flare here is also an absurdly broken card. I like this card a lot. This card is a lot of gas, but man, the Shadal cards are the carry points for this set. I think, interestingly enough, Dragoonity's also got some actual value. Georgius here is a wonderfully broken card for what he does for the Dragoonity deck, but he's, after the Shadal cards, he's the next most expensive available. The X-Saber cards are terrible. That's why Konami punted them into the special set. I think Dragoonity, Teller Knights, and that definitely will have some carry with what they can do. And then we have the Parallels. Once again, that X-Saber stuff doing terrible. You do once again get to see, hey look, Georgius and actually the Dragoonity Falchion are carrying some good value here. Actually, the, what a name. The Spell cards also got some value. Teller Knight stuff, surprisingly enough, the Sacred Caster. This thing was actually kind of expensive at 1480 yen for the Parallel. I'm kind of actually surprised that some of this Teller Knight stuff also has some value. Your Shadal stuff, of course, is going to have some value. There's the Rev Shadal. And then, of course, get on here and do your PURs, which, I mean, once again, Georgius is kind of cheap, but Mesh Shadal and the Rev Shadal, once again, this card continues to plague the top end values. But I mean, these cards are available in Parallel Ultras, man. Could you imagine the opportunity, like getting these cards in like parallel foiling? Kind of, it's not truly like dual terminal, but it's a special set. That's why they tend to have these sorts of things. So that's an interesting walk down. Also, the GX set, you know, we talk about this set and its long-term implication. The only real thing that's doing well in this set is Illusion Gate. And I think Konami kind of realizes, having dropped in Illusion Gate at the time that they made this set, Illusion Gate was going to be the card that was going to sell this product. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this continues to be the problem. Now, there are some, you know, alternative things in here that are worth. I mean, the Shining Flare Wingman does look very, very nice for the Starlight Rare. I mean, it glistens very, very nicely. And then there's also the topic of, you know, you can get the alt art Uria, which Haman and Rave will probably be coming here in the future. And then, of course, there's also the fact of, if you're looking to play any of the Magnet Warrior stuff, a couple of the awkward builds do tend to play this card. So that's another card that you're going to have to reach in here and get. Also, the Secret Rare. This thing still has maintained one of the most shockingly expensive price points for a card in modern era times. Like, it's actually kind of terrible just to see, you know, long term how the Uria is holding up. There's your Illusion Gate doing very, very well. You do see the Superconducting. Literally, it's Uria, Illusion Gate, and Superconducting are your takeaways here. Even like, look at these reprints here. You would think that people want the opportunity to get these cards, but they've been printed into the ground so many times, nobody wants to get them. So it's an interesting set, but yeah, the state of Illusion Gate and things like that's interesting. Also, Burst Protocol. You know, we have this set coming down the pipeline. We do know that, you know, the Radiant Typhoon stuff this thing, we all know this card's going to be very good with Radiant Typhoon. Nobody's really going to be knocking that. But then there's the state of this card. Crown is pretty cheap in Japan. 9,980 yen, I think, puts us at like $50, $55 for Starlight copies, which is crazy. But then, of course, I mean, you have to go play the lottery to get the Stardust. The Stardust looks gorgeous as a pickup from this set. Like, honestly, I think it's one of the nicest looking cards available in the set. But I mean, like, those are like the Elven Notes and the Ecclesia. I mean, this Ecclesia is going to carry this set very hard. You know, a lot of people are going to get this. The Albaz, both of these available in Starlight Rare, are going to break people's wallets. And then, of course, you can't forget about the Exo Sister either. All right. So, I mean, like, you actually have 4 very desirable Starlight Rares within this set. And I mean, we talk about long term for this, but it's going to be great. This card looks gorgeous. I hope we get this as a Starlight Rare because, God, it is so nice. Of course, I mean, Elven Notes too, but I mean, when you dip down here, the secret rares aren't exactly that crazy. The ultimates, I mean, the Ecclesia is very, very needed. There's your Fallen of White, which is going to be a hard carry in this set, but I mean, there's just a lot of drop-off from this. The +1 pack, I'm glad to see Nasty did get a reprint. He really needed it. But, okay, now we're going to shift on over here to English. I figured we'd look at the BES monsters. Because, I mean, when was the last time that you went, okay, hey, I want to play some Boss Rush? I guarantee you, you know, nobody's been thinking about digging out the old Boss Rush deck, trying to play it. But, I mean, 760 is actually not bad. Unfortunately, Tetran's, I think, been one of the more expensive ones over the years, just because $18 on up to 20, 23, that's actually kind of expensive for him. Oh no. It was interesting. BES Core Ultimate Rares are $6. The covered core DR4 is kind of short. Tetran DR4, anything DR04 is going to be short in printings. Here's your BS covered core, like 30 cents. Actually, let's take us back to best selling. Interestingly enough, your DR04 is on your best selling for both of these, actually. Yeah, the Tetran's worth nothing. The BES cards are pretty much a meme. There's your OTS common for big core, 20 cents. Oh, man. And then, of course, the other BES Crystal Core at like nothing. Interesting. And then, of course, good old Boss Rush. Probably the most impactful cards in the deck. Yeah, if you were wanting to pick these up, these are 8 cents a piece. Like, I love this card, man. It's definitely a hilarious thing. Also, Phantom Revenge did, in fact, drop in Europe over the weekend, but boxes are still holding at 65s right now. We're 2 weeks off from this release, I think, now, which is horrendous to think about. But boxes are still holding at 65 right now. People just want their archetypes, man. I mean, Cool Tunes is going to be busted in Genesis format. I think a lot of people are going to have a very rude awakening coming when Genesis comes a-knocking. And they're just like, what in the world is this? Yeah, it's a very rough place. Also, interestingly enough, Ghost from the Past, the second Haunting. Core TCG's got a very quick drop down here on these. They are doing $80 display when they're normally $90. I see a few people. It's actually kind of crazy to me how much the set. So, like, Kickback stopped on the first, but I mean, like, through the first, people were spending $90 a piece on these. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? People see cheap product, they want to collect this sort of stuff. And, I mean, this is one of the only 2 sets that we had for Ghost Rares in the modern times. It was Konami's niche way of going, here, you know, enjoy your lottery cards, or at least the opportunity to try to get the lottery cards. It was okay for the long term, but what do you guys think about today's market? We're should be a V-Jump card tonight for news. There's a big question mark on that, but we'll have to wait and see. So you guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see what content comes out today. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.